Welcome back to another episode of Caps Off. It is this might be like the 8th episode or the 9th episode where I'm about to say the same thing, but we've got an absolute goddamn legend in the house, all right? And he's not in the house, he's in his own house, but the house is probably cold because he's wearing a beanie and he just said he gets cold. But I am so excited to welcome to the show a Kentucky native and Purdue legend, a man who leads the Detroit Lions defense, a man who's got a lion tatted on his body and plays for the Lion, which is all sorts of levels of commitment that I do not have, a 2025 Art Rooney Sportsmanship Award nominee, a linebacker who belongs in Paris Fashion Week, and a man who just posted on his IG that he keeps receipts, and now I need to know what the fuck you're referring to. Derrick Barnes, welcome to Caps Off, man.
Good to be on, man. Thanks for having me.
Dude,
I appreciate
what's
it.
that IG? All right. I went straight to your Instagram. You said, I keep receipts. Receipts, one of those words. What are you referring to there? What are you doing?
All right, so if we keeping it real, Dan. So we have this thing about, like in NFL, right? You come in, and I think it's really more for like, and it's kind of effed up. Now you got to pick that Lions helmet back up, man. You can't keep that on.
You're right. Let's pick it up. Hold on. Here we go. Yep. And we're back.
Yeah, we got to have that
Dolphins
on.
helmet first.
No, but no, it's so I'm a tough guy to get like to make upset, or I don't really get upset about anything.
Right.
So it takes a certain type of thing to piss me off, and it's so funny to me because and I feel like all athletes deal with this, right? Like you're doing good, all the fans are just loving you, just like he's damn near the best thing since cake and ice cream. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's weird to me because it's like you go from that and you have one like fucked up situation, right? That is like it is like for my instance, it was so everybody was on my ass about the Jameis Winston shit that happened, and it's so weird to me because the people who know football, it's kind of like. Good catch by him. He wasn't even his play. He was just a hustle play and you just got to make the tackle. Right. Cool. And then you have the other ones is like, oh, you got Moss, you got stiff arm, you got and I'm like, are we watching the same play? I was like, one, I didn't even like. One, I wasn't even supposed to. I was supposed to be rushing, and I just happened to see. I'm like, there's no quarterbacks don't roll out this far. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, let me go be Superman and make the play. And so it's so weird. So you see, like, you got a bunch of people DMing me and all that extra shit and like commenting under my pictures. I'm just like, bro, this is crazy.
Derrick, I'm gonna say
but
it,
it's so weird though.
I'm gonna say it. It's a pretty sick highlight to be a part of. It's a pretty sick highlight.
Yeah.
Come on, look at the glass half full, Jameis.
I'm glad it is. That's the thing about it. So even my buddies joke with like my teammates, Alex and Zalone. He's like, bro, he was like, it's only because it's him. Yeah. Because it's like, and everybody, everybody loves Jameis. Like everybody, like he's a great guy. He's hilarious. So, and and that's exactly what Alex said. It was like you just became a part of a lifetime highlight. Yeah. He was like, and I get it is funny, whatever. It's when I go back. Thank God we won though, because it'd have been fucking shit show. If
you would have been a part of the same game where the Giants upset you guys at home, and then you're also part of the actual video where you got stiff armed by Jameis. There's nothing wrong with that. It would have been fun. Yeah. For those that don't know.
It's fun. It's funny now because we won. But we'd have lost, then it'd have been okay.
For those that don't know, if you're listening, when the Lions and the Giants played and Jameis scored that touchdown, Derrick was right there. All right? That's what he's referring to. Those are the receipts. All right? Those are the receipts he's referring to. But that's just a small part of it. I think like that was just, I mean, like for me, it's just like I don't. What I hate is like. I mean, I think that the biggest thing amongst all of us, like athletes, is you got like people who don't know the sport. They don't know what's going on. They don't, and they just. And I guess that's their job. Right. Like I guess that's what they like to do. They like to talk shit, and so it's like. But it was kind of that, but it also was kind of like, I don't know if you remember this thing, but like a couple of years ago. When we played Dallas, I had missed the safety sack. Okay.
And people was on my ass about that. So then it was like, I think it was a good time to, just post
Yeah,
something.
we
So
just have to
no,
we just have to remember social media is an absolute fucking war zone. All right, you just have to remember
yes,
that, and you just got to keep your guard up. Don't let them throw the grenades in the trenches, and if they do, throw them right back out. That's all it is.
no doubt.
That's all it is.
Yeah, no
I
doubt.
just had Ollie Gordon
Yeah,
on last week, and Ollie and I were talking for like an hour, and we're fucking around shooting the shit, and literally for 45 seconds. He says, I don't give a shit about your parlays. Stop DMing me. I'm here to provide for my family. Go get a job. That whole nonsense. 45
I seen
seconds.
that.
You saw it. So 45
I
seconds.
seen that.
And that is literally going millions of views on social because the betting community, everyone is just a bunch of assholes. But now we're at this position where like an amazing hour got clipped out into 45 seconds and the world of comments is ruthless. It's ruthless. So you know what? Fuck them and
It's so crazy.
fuck them. That's what I'll
Yeah,
say.
it's so crazy because it's like I seen that video, and then somebody else
Yeah,
like
yes, I know.
another
I know what you're
fan
talking about.
behind the video, and I'm just like, bro, it's just insane to me. So my first thing is like if the people who are talking if the people who are talking crap, talking shit, if they want, I would love for them to come out because I remember I got into it with somebody on the internet and I was like, if you think you can do so much better, I want you to we have
Yeah,
tryouts.
yeah,
Like, I don't know if people know that, but like the Lions have
yeah.
tryouts. You should just hire a fake agent and come out and try out and just come to practice one day. And I just want to see like how these people who think they know everything about football, basketball, whatever it
Yeah.
is, I would love to see them come out and
Yeah,
try
let's line up an
because
Oklahoma
they
drill.
think it's easy and they like, oh my, I could have did this. I could have. No, you, bro, come on. No, you couldn't have.
I mean,
It's a reason why you're a spectator and I'm actually
facts,
on the field.
facts.
It's a reason for that.
100%. 100%. We all just talk shit and none of us know shit. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to.
Oh, good though. Somebody got to.
Well, that's true. Derek, what are the vibes, man? Big win, Thursday Night Football, beating the Cowboys.
Yeah.
What are the vibes, man?
Yeah.
You had an interception that game, too.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, pretty well. Let's speak on the interception. So,
Yeah,
like,
speak on it.
you know, obviously it's always like good play,
Right.
hell of a play. Anytime you get an interception, no matter how it
Yeah.
comes, like it's an interception. And so afterwards I'm just and so people can joke with me because the caliber player that I am in their eyes is like when Derek does something we can joke around with
Right.
him. Like
You're
so
a funny guy.
yes, exactly. So like we got to the locker room, everybody was like, man, you should have did this to Dak, should have run him over. That you told you play running back in high school. What was that move and all that? I would look. I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't ran the ball in like 15 years. So anytime I get the ball in my hand, it just feels foreign to me.
It should
Like
feel
it's
forward.
unreal.
That's not your job
Yeah,
anymore.
so I'm like, I catch the ball, I get the run. I'm like, man, why does this feel so weird? And I seen Dak. I'm trying to get him a move. He ain't bite. I caught a cramp in my calf muscle when I try to do it. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? Let me just get out of bounds. And from past experiences, like people like going for knees.
Right.
And I just came off an injury, and I ain't trying to mess with
I'm
none
gonna
of
go
that.
outside.
If it was a clear path,
Yep.
if all those big linemen wasn't coming from the inside, I would have, yeah.
Well, you went out of bounds.
Yeah.
You were trying to save yourself.
I did,
Save
yeah.
yourself.
That's all. Hey, and we scored that
And
drive.
you did score that
that's all
drive. You set up
matters to me.
Isaac Tesla.
We scored that drive.
Yeah, exactly. Dude,
Yeah, there we go.
that was a hell of a
Campbell
fucking
Love.
game. A hell of a fucking game.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Obviously, the biggest thing in sports right now is talking about the college football playoff. Now, you're a Purdue guy. You're a Big Ten guy.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the college football playoff and leaving out Notre Dame? Do you have thoughts?
Dude, I just actually seen that this morning, and I actually have not really been following Notre Dame as much as I did last year. But I think that, I don't know, see, it's kind of weird, right? Because I just found out a couple of years ago which made sense all of a sudden, that they're like independent.
Yeah.
Like they're not in the conference. They just like, they're just that team that like when you're in a garbage city and their team is really good and they just travel to the different states to play different teams
100%.
because like that's kind of what Notre Dame is. And so give me the back. What's just like they?
All right,
they
so I'll
didn't
give you
get
the back.
accepted
I'll give you
into
the backstory on it. So basically, week 1 of the college football season, it was Miami versus Notre Dame, right? Miami plays Notre Dame at home. I was at that game, but that is a game that doesn't really matter that much, right? Because it doesn't have anything to do with your actual conference record.
Right.
Miami wins. You fast forward 10 weeks, 14 weeks, whatever, how long it's been now at this point. And And now you have Miami, who's 10-2. You have Notre Dame, who is also a team that has been better throughout the season, right? They are the team that has the better record. As of late, they're the teams that they've lost to were not. I'm trying to explain this. Their strength of schedule was a lot better, right? So some of the victories that they had, right? So now you're between Miami and Notre Dame to get into the college football playoff. Well, basically what happened was you got to a position where the college football committee, they were going to have to say, is it going to be Miami or Notre Dame, right? Who's the team that you kind of leave out? Because we have to put in a James Madison. We have to put in a Tulane, two teams that nobody gives a shit about in the college football playoff. And they're going to get skull-fucked by Oregon or whoever they have to play, right? So now you're between those two teams. But the argument then became, if head-to-head does not matter, what matters? Like, if we play head-to-head and we don't count head-to-head because Notre Dame was ranked in front of them for the couple weeks leading up, then what else matters? So then Miami ends up getting in, Notre Dame gets left off, and now this is the whole ordeal. Now, I aggressively summarized what happened. There's a lot more details into it, but that's basically what it was.
Yeah.
So point is, none of it matters because Miami's in and I'm a Miami guy. So that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that, so like it's so then you go back to like, okay, like when you really put about like all the teams that's actually in the playoffs, like they're a part of like a conference.
Correct.
Like Notre Dame's not a part of a conference. So it's like, I think that could be something that's like one of the reasons. That's in my
100%.
opinion.
Well, that's what
I
a lot
think
of
that
people
could be
are
one of the
saying.
reasons.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying.
Because
Join a conference.
like you could, exactly, 100%. I think that's probably the biggest part. But then I heard something about like they're not even going to go play a bowl game. Like they're and I seen the video of somebody explaining like it does suck. It sucked for those seniors and people who enjoy that bowl game, and they're going to be in a good bowl game with the record that they were like. So that kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. It kind of pissed me off because it was like I know if I was a senior at Notre Dame and like we know we're going to a bowl game, get to play another game, and it's like coaches just or the committee or whoever it was just like, no, we're done. We're going to teach them a lesson by not teaching them a lesson.
It's dumb.
They were like so.
It's dumb.
Yeah, but no, that's I don't know.
Well, Notre Dame declined playing in the bowl game. Also, they're just being super fucking petty and everything. But
that's what I'm saying.
It's ridiculous. But I'm curious because a thought I've always had, which I think NFL fans hate, is I believe that the NFL should go to a 14-team playoff of just the 14 best teams. It should not be divisions. It should not be a situation where because the NFC South blows and it's like nonsensical to me where some of the best teams in the NFL, a la you guys, the Bears, the Packers, an incredibly tough division, someone might get left off because we have to reward a team that won their division. 100%. So I'm curious, Derrick Barnes, do you think the NFL should go to a 14-team playoff with the 14 best teams, just like the college football playoff in some ways?
100%. And like, okay, so, and I don't want to burn any bridges, but like, in my opinion, it's like this, okay? Let's go off of, like we mentioned about the college, let's go off of schedule.
Yes.
Right. If you have this team who are playing the worst teams in the NFL, and they go play good teams who record may not be good because they have a hard schedule, playing the top teams, and they kick the dog shit, excuse my language, out of this team who's supposedly beating all these terrible teams, and they get in the playoffs because of that. Is, in my opinion, that's just like...
That's just a subtweet to a team potentially in the division. That's just a subtweet potentially to a team in the division, and there's nothing wrong with that. I said it. I'll say it. I'll stare right at your fucking face, all right? You guys haven't beat anyone, all right? Let's see what you do over the next couple weeks. You haven't done shit, all right? It's the same with the San Francisco 49ers. You had a good schedule. You're doing what you're supposed to do. The Patriots, good schedule, doing what you're supposed to do. The Broncos, doing what you're supposed to do, all right? But play the good fucking teams, all right? And let's see what happens. I said it. See what?
I'm gonna just keep it at that. But like, I mean, and I'm not taking discredit in anybody. I just think that it's hard for me to accept teams in that scenario to get in the playoffs over a team who was like still winning, haven't really lost too many games.
Yeah.
I lie, Detroit.
Yes.
Haven't really lost that many games. And in my opinion, we should win these last 4 games. And when we do, like, it's just like, I mean, like, even if we Not saying we are. I don't think we are. Say we was to lose one game. I mean, the record is still phenomenal.
100%.
But a team who just
100%.
any team. I don't know. I don't know the team. I'm just saying, and
I don't know the
a
team
team
either.
who don't.
You could just
Yeah.
speculate. You could just speculate.
Yeah. So, but I mean, that's just my opinion. But I mean, I give credit where credit's due. You're still. Hey, it's hard to win in this
It's hard
league.
to
I'll
win
tell
in
you
this
that.
league, for sure.
So I'll give the teams that.
Yesterday
so-
I put together a 12-team college football playoff of NFL teams, and I tried to make it a very similar way. And those bottom two teams, I took the same thought process of essentially what the committee might do, which is just having to get in a team that does win their conference. And so you have these top 10 teams, but the two teams that had to be in there that shouldn't be in there, and the Lions had to get left off just given strength of schedule and everything, was you had to include the Bucs at 7-6, and then you had to include the Steelers, who's 7-6 and atop the North, but two teams that just haven't been playing well. So, yeah, I think it's an interesting thought. It'll never happen. It's a pure hypothetical, but I think it's a really interesting thought.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's kind of weird. I mean, like I said though, everybody goes off the schedule.
Yep.
I mean, goes off the wins and losses, and not because I'm confused about, because see me, I'm still like this year 5. I mean, I'm still learning how things go as far as like how people get in the playoffs. I'm still learning the divisions, team in the division. Like I watch film, I go to football, and
do your job.
And when that's all, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
So like and it's just funny because like my teammates get on me. They said, "Do you know we were talking about somebody in NFL, whether they used to play, they play now, like about to play, such and such," and I'm like, "Who is that?"
Yeah.
And this person can be a 4-time Pro Bowler, 4-time All Pro. Like I don't know. I have no idea. And it's just like that's just me. Like I don't.
You know, it's funny that you say that, because as I've spoken to more guys, the common thread is just given how consumed you are by the season, it's so hard to focus on other people. It really is. Like, it's so hard to focus on other teams, what they're doing, what other players are doing. You go into the facility, you get your massages like you were talking about before, you do your, you do what you have to do, you watch film, and then you get out and you just want to decompress. So you're not actually watching a game. Like, you're not going to go in and watch Monday Night Football Chargers Eagles that just happened. Like, it's not worth your time. You'd rather go to sleep,
No doubt.
So yeah,
I think the point, I was trying to get so like, obviously I'm all on the internet and all this. So like, I look at the internet, not really much Twitter, but I just see stuff. And from week 1, like, I feel like we've been ranked like top 5, top 8.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole season.
Yeah.
But yeah, we still trying to fight to get into the playoffs. So I'm totally confused about how that even works.
Well, I'll explain it to you. Like, my thought process from the fans' lens is that we all know these teams and suspect these teams to be teams that get into the playoffs and make noise, right? It's teams like you, it's the Detroit Lions, it's the Philadelphia Eagles, it's the Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills, the Baltimore Ravens. We'll put the Packers in there. Obviously, the Rams have been performing, but like, all these teams that we are so used to being in the playoffs are now teams that, because their schedule is a lot tougher, they aren't 15-2 like you were last year, right? The Chiefs aren't. The Chiefs are 6-7. The Ravens are 6-7. Like, we're now to a place where the best teams in the NFL, some of the best teams in the NFL, are unfortunately going to get left out of the playoffs, just given how the playoffs are structured. That's kind of the point, right?
No doubt.
That's the fucked up point. That's where I stand.
Yeah.
So I want to jump. I want to jump back, because I'm very, very curious about this. When I think of college football right now, one of the big memories I remember is 2018, Rondale Moore somehow at fucking 5'5". And there's nothing wrong with being 5'5", and he's probably 5'8", but 5'5", a short king, runs through 2 Ohio State defenders on his way to upsetting number 2 Ohio State. So Derrick Barnes, you were part of that Purdue team that upset the number 2 team in the country in Ohio State. What was that like on campus when Purdue upset Ohio State?
Oh, man. I'm not like, before we even get into that, so Rondale was my roommate.
Really?
So, yes, he was my roommate. Me and him were semi-close. He was like, he stayed to himself. Right. Like, he talked, we joked around and all that. Like, he a funny dude, one of the funniest people I know. And, but he was always like just in his own zone, like, I guess you can say super locked in, super like incognito. Like he was just like he was by
Yeah.
himself. But like specifically like that, I'm not bullshitting. That was probably like out of my whole time at Purdue up until that
Yeah.
time, that was like the best week of practice I ever seen our team have.
Really?
I'm talking about like from special teams to the meetings to the like people showing up on time to classes to like it was
You guys
crazy.
locked in.
Like I was like this week nobody got any discipline, nothing. Like it was like all leading all the way up to the
Yeah.
game. And it was just something like and the crazy thing is like we didn't really like sell out like the
Yeah.
stadium. So it was like to hear the stadium being sold out, at least because it was Ohio State at the
You're
time,
juiced up.
powerhouse.
You're juiced up.
Like people want to just come because it's Ohio
Right.
State.
Right.
Like even our fans, they want to go to the game because it's Ohio
Right.
State. So that like that whole I'm talking about from you because you know like when you if you ever been to like a college game early, like there's literally nobody in stands
Totally.
when people are warming
Totally.
up. It was already like warming
Yeah.
up. I'm talking about 2-3 hours before the game was like it was insane. So we come out. So as we're coming out, like with our uniforms on, coming onto the
Yeah.
field, we run into Ohio State, and everybody's seeing that whole little spiel. Like it was one of my buddies who actually came in with my class. His name was Cornell
Yeah.
Jones, and what I didn't know at the time was the person he jumped into, the face he jumped into was what is his name?
I don't remember.
The Apex Predator, freaking Chase Young.
Oh my god.
So he jumped into, and I didn't know who he was at the time. Like I said, I don't really pay
Right.
attention
Right.
to players. So he was like all in his face, and like that got me going. So then after that, it was like holy, like this is.
Yeah.
So you know, kind of you know how it is. You go in the game, you kind of like man. And not that I didn't have faith, I'm like, but come on, like
Let's be real.
let's keep it real. Like this
This is
is
Ohio
you know what I'm
State.
saying? Like this
Yeah.
exactly. And this is when Ohio State was. I mean, they still Ohio
Yeah.
State, but like this is like.
This is Ohio State.
I mean, they had a bunch of like unbelievable people on the team. Like it was, they had Chase Young. They had what's his name? DK. What's with JK? What is the running back
J.K.
name?
Dobbins, Travion Henderson.
Yeah,
Well, no,
they had
Travion wasn't
him.
there. I don't think so, Travion.
Yeah,
They had
no,
well,
the
CJ
quarterback.
was there. I'm pretty sure CJ was
Yes,
there. CJ Stroud. Yeah.
Stroud. No,
No.
they weren't their
Justin
quarterback.
Fields.
It was no the one that passed away. The quarterback that passed away played for Pittsburgh for a little bit.
Oh.
I can't think of his name.
Dwayne Haskins.
Yes, that was their quarterback.
Right.
And they had like 2 first-round tackles. Like it was so. This is like like going out on defense. I was like, this is like a NFL caliber type of size offense. Like I'm talking. I walked out. I'm like, bro, this is
Yeah,
what
you knew going into
this
this
is what
shit.
football
You're
is.
like, all right, I'm gonna just
Yeah, like we just and
give him out.
my everybody's thing is like if I can show out against a team like this, like personally, is like man, this is a good look for
This is good for
to go to the
scouts.
next. Like
Yeah.
so it was so. And I hope my coaches don't. But like I keep it 100. Like I'm gonna keep so as the game going on, I'm like man.
We got
I'm
a
like, we
chance.
beating the hell out of these boys. We got a chance. I'm talking about, I'm seeing runs just bust through, going like, I'm talking about 70 yarders.
Yeah.
Rondell out there being
Yeah.
Superman, people trying to slam him to the ground because they think because he's like they think he's small
Right.
and they don't know how strong he really
Firecracker.
is. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
We got to like the fourth quarter. I look at my homeboy. I tap him like, bro, when we win this game, it's gonna be up tonight. Like it's gonna be crazy. Man, that final whistle blew. We looking around like we shocked.
That's crazy.
Like I'm looking. I'm like, bro, this is cool.
That's
I'm
crazy.
talking about this is the first time the fans ever stormed the field. I'm like, a couple of my homeboys that came from back home like found it was crazy. Like it was wild.
What was that night like?
Yeah, that
after
was.
you upset Ohio State, what was that night like?
Can't talk too much about that. My wife right here. No, I'm just, it's a joke.
It's a
joke.
joke.
No,
It's all in fun. We're all just
it's all
having
a
fun.
joke. It's all just jokes.
It's all jokes.
No, but it was. I'm talking about like I've never seen that many people out on campus
Yeah.
after a game.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. Like it was. I mean, we got into anywhere we wanted to.
That's
Like
so
it was
sick.
any bar, any like. And after that game, like I'm talking about, it wasn't hard to get into nothing.
Yeah.
It don't matter if we lost about 40 to
That was your Super Bowl.
Central Michigan.
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
didn't matter.
So, but no, that night was That was that was.
That was a good night.
I'd never seen campus like that.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
and
sure.
then obviously it's like that has been talked about ever since that day.
Yeah.
Like even in the locker room, I got Ohio State buddies, and they always,
Giving you
Big
shit.
Ten, they talking Purdue's trash, all that. I'm
Yeah.
like, I ain't never lost Ohio State,
That's
so I ain't
true.
trying to, you know what I'm
Want to
saying?
know
So
in the
that's
last
my
one.
comeback.
Want to know in the last one. That's
Yeah,
all that matters.
I look, I ain't never lost Ohio State, but nah, that was crazy. No, but yeah, Rondale, like I just man, he was because we ended up coming out together in
Yeah.
the draft. He was second round, and he ended up getting hurt this past year. But man, I think that once he, man, once he gets healthy and can stay healthy, man, I don't think people like he is like
Yeah, no,
he's for sure the best player I've like ever been around. Like one of the best players I've ever been around for
well,
sure.
Rondo, one
Like
of the questions I wanted to ask you was as we jump to the league now and being drafted by the Lions does have something to do with Rondale. But before we get to that, I'm curious because you get drafted in 21, and I saw all over the internet there was people within your family that said when they saw the 313 area code pop up, this team is trash. Like shitting already on the Lions, that they're not excited for you to go. You were hyped up to go. But that season, the year you were drafted, that's when Coach Campbell was, brought in to be the guy. And I think it was like 2 months before, a month before, is when the famous "we're gonna bite your kneecaps off" line came out from Dan Campbell. So
right,
I gotta ask Derrick
right.
Barnes, what were your first thoughts on Cocaine Campbell? When you saw that video.
That name is crazy. Oh man, I mean,
It's all in fun.
bro, Coach Campbell is like it's like hard to explain because like I always tell people like people think like when they see him on the internet and they see him doing
Yeah,
videos that he's just doing it for
they
like
think it's a bit.
he's just doing it because the
Yeah,
camera's on. But like he does the exact same thing. Like we have meeting rooms, right? And he has this thing to where like we'll just walk in the meeting, he'll just sit there and just stare. You're like, all right. Or he'll crack a
yeah,
joke, but it's not really a joke. Like he'll just say some like just not like just say something
yeah.
random, and everybody just sitting there like waiting on the next point of what he's trying to
Right.
get at. And he was like, "All right, to the film." Like it's the like he's hilarious, but like no, in all seriousness, he is like the. Can you hear
I
that?
can hear, but you're good. It's all
Okay,
right.
perfect.
Construction,
Yeah.
they got to do their
So
job.
he is like, yeah, he like somebody put my mailbox up. It's been like a year, but anyway, it's like you want to talk about like buying
Yeah,
in, like all jokes to like even when we were 3-13 and like you just continue to want to like get like he makes you want to like be the best you can
totally.
be. Like he just his energy level. Like he is never no panic with him.
Hmm.
Like he's gonna keep it real with you. Don't get me wrong, but he like. And we always like, you know how some people do shit and you're like, man, this man
Hmm.
crazy as hell. Like he's just like he doesn't
Yeah,
care. Like he's gonna do it his way. He's gonna do it the right
yeah.
way. I love how he's a player's coach, right? Like he knows when to take care of us. Sometimes we be like, man, what the hell going on,
Yeah,
man? We just this week 14, man. We in full
yeah,
patch, but he believes and stuff like
totally.
but then when it works, it's like, damn,
Yeah,
nah, that makes
yeah, that
sense.
makes sense.
Makes sense why we was just in pads because we were prepared for the game.
100%.
But like, bro, he is and then I just see pictures of him and his poodles and his and coffee. I'm just like, bro, this is insane. Like you go from a man who is just like a alpha male, and you see a picture of
Yeah.
him with Starbucks in his and two little like
That's that. When he did
bro,
that
it's
shit, bro, I
just
was like, what? See, I'm jealous because, and I was telling you off air, being a Dolphins fan, we had that. Ben Johnson was
yes,
in the organization. We had guys there. Dan Campbell was our interim head coach. Now, granted, Dan had to
yep,
leave to become the Dan Campbell he is today and become the coach.
mm,
But we had Dan there. And now I still have
yeah.
my head coach saying dumb things in the media, which is fine. But it's a completely different dichotomy, right, to what Dan Campbell done and kind of established this culture. But I'm curious, Derrick Barnes, what's like the dumbest, most absurd thing you've heard Dan Campbell say that made you scratch your head? Now, it doesn't have to necessarily be negative, but you're talking about situations where Dan has said things where you just find it absolutely hilarious. Like, what is that? What is that thought that kind of clicks in your head when you think of, wow, there's no way Dan Campbell just said that?
Oh, what is it? I think it might be on it. I don't think this one on the internet, but like one day we were in a meeting. He always gives just like when camp ends and we're about to jump to the season,
Yeah,
he gives this like 15-minute
Yeah.
speech about what he expects, how the season. He it's so crazy to me because every year I've been here, he calls out how the season is going to go. He called this season. I'm not like it's kind of creepy.
That's crazy.
He calls how every season is going to be like because he talked about how like there's going to be adversity. There's going to be times where we think we don't have a chance, but then we have a chance, and then we're going to prove. Like it's just so crazy to me. And he started talking about. So he loves saying like how he like the whole like it goes back to like biting kneecaps thing. Like I'm pretty like I can't. How do you say it? He came into me like he was talking about what was going to happen this season. He said something about I don't care if you have. He said something about like 2 toes, something about 1 finger. Something with like oh bro, I can't even like he said some crazy I can't even think about it because it was and I was just like and everybody looking at each other like bro what out of all the things you could have said so bro it's insane like I don't even want to say what I think he said.
Well we could
it had to be it's like oh bro what did he say? It was the funniest shit ever. I think he said something about 3 toes, 1 finger, and 1 ass cheek, and like, bro, some crazy. That's exactly I think what he said. And 1 ass cheek is something crazy. And we looking at each other like, bro, no way. He just says like, yes, like he just says shit like that, and he's dead ass serious. Yeah. And that'd be the funny part. Some shit he says, and I'll be like, but he'd be dead ass serious, and you don't know when he's like joking. Yeah. You have to like, it's one of those things where you have to laugh after he laughs. Because it's just like he'd say something and everybody be all serious. And he laughs and then everybody started laughing. Yeah. But it's just like, then there'd be scenarios where like he says some super funny shit, but he's serious. Totally. And there's no, and like, you hear somebody chuckle, but like he's dead ass serious. And it's just, then they get scared. Then they're like, all right, I hope they find out it was me.
Did you,
that was like.
Do you ever give Dan Campbell shit for going for it all the time on 4th down? Do you ever just say, hey, bud, let's just do it one last time. One less time.
You know what's crazy? And this is like, I'm not like, it works.
Does it all the time though?
Okay. I mean, if you go back and look at percentages,
I'm not a math guy. And I do agree Dan goes for it a ton. I just feel like there's that one time where you're just like, all right, let's just take the points.
I mean, okay. Well, okay. What would you do if you had Jared Goff as a quarterback? You had St. Brown, Jamo,
Jameer,
you had Tesla, you had Jameer, you had Demo, you had Panay, you had Dak, you had like at the time Frank, like our offensive line now, like
so.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I might go for it on 4th too.
As someone who plays Madden, I'll tell you right now, the least used player in everyone's homes of Madden is the goddamn fucking punter. So, yes, I will be going for it every single time, especially with that team. And I don't blame him at all. You. But I feel like there does come a time where you're just like, let's take the points while we can. I digress. That's all that matters. It doesn't.
No, okay. You know, understood. I mean, but like, okay, so everybody has their own like strategy, right? I mean, I also feel like to me, like I like shit like that. Like he has that much belief in his players. Like that's him. That sums it up to me. Like people, all he goes on for because he believes in his players. Like Dan believes in us more than like anybody on the outside. That's like he gonna take a chance.
Yeah, he's gonna take a chance.
But then the thing about it is, what I can appreciate is then if it don't work, he's gonna address that. And then like I fucked you guys. Like I did. Like he would come in the locker room, he would say that. And any man who can stand up in front of a team and blame himself and like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I get it. You don't have to.
But think about it. We like we're not really. I had never honestly sat in the locker room in there and hear any player be like, "Yeah, we should have never went on the court." Like never,
100%.
Because
why would you? Why would you? You want to play. You're playing to win the game. Like there's a reason you practice week in and week out. There's a reason you dedicate all this time to try and give yourself the best chance to win. And if with the talent you put together gives you the best chance to win, then go for it on 4th down. Like, it doesn't matter. Especially 4th and 6, 4th and 8, doesn't matter. If you think you can get it, that's just utmost confidence in your team. And I would say the same thing you're saying, which is if you get back in the locker room and it doesn't work out, you at least tried. And I feel like that's the biggest metaphor for life, is you're just going to try. With the information that you
100%.
have going into it, you're just going to try, you know?
Yeah. So, I mean, probably in the back of some people's minds, they're probably like, damn, we should have did such and such. Nobody's ever going to address it.
No.
I'm not going to lie to you. Look, they're like, and I'm not afraid, I wouldn't say, or scared, or anybody on our team.
Yeah.
But it's just something about Dan that you don't like. I know I wouldn't even crack that joke.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't even go up to coach like, hey, coach, like, damn, you probably should have kicked it right. Like, even if we beat the team by 50,
Yeah.
and he go like, I still want to joke about that. Like, he's just that type of like,
guy.
but he cool though. Like, you can go to Dan, you can talk to him.
Yeah.
Like, he ain't like I ain't scared of him in that sense. But like bro, I'd never in my life as a football player, from high school, college, all the way to the NFL, I have never in my life had to ever look up to a coach ever. And I'm only 6'1", but like I have never in my life had to
6'1" though.
like. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, big dog.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I never in my life, like, when I seen Dan, when I shook Dan's hand for the first time,
that's a
when I got drafted.
That's a grizzly bear.
Like, not like, I'm talking about, like, not like, you know how you can just look up with your eyes?
Yeah.
I'm talking about full, like, one of those. Like, back of my head touching my shoulders type of deal. Like one of those.
He's a fucking unit.
And then shoulders broad as hell.
Yeah.
Like, I crack jokes, I'd be like, coach, you took off the shoulder pads years ago. Like, you can take off your shoulder pads now.
Yeah.
Like, I joke around with that, but like, no, like, yeah, but he, like I said, I ain't scared.
Yeah.
But it's just
you don't have to preface it. You don't have to say I ain't scared, because the truth is, I'd be scared. Is you're not scared of the coach, but you just know that of all the coaches in the NFL, if there's one coach that you need to bet on to kick the living shit out of someone, it's going to be Dan Campbell.
100%.
It's going to be Dan Campbell.
No doubt.
No Derek, which sucks because we didn't even get to go through all the questions. We're going to have to do a Derrick Barnes 2.0 episode because there are just so many things to talk about within this, and you're one of a kind. But I am curious because you were part of the core that has made the Detroit Lions the Detroit Lions. And I think when people think of the Lions right now, they're going to think 2023 season, you guys go 12-5, NFC Championship. That's one side of it. Then you think of 2024, 15-2, and obviously you lose to the Commanders, but those two teams are the Lions teams that I think of. The 2023 Lions versus the 2024 Lions, who wins in a 7-game series? 15-2, 12-5, same type of core, but something different was happening.
Okay, before I answer that, we talking about before or after the injuries?
I'll give you full strength at both because you're part of the injuries, which means you have to be on the sidelines, and that's not fair.
I'll be honest with you. I'm going. So you're saying like everybody who got hurt last year is on both teams?
Both teams. Week 1 versus week 1 roster.
Dude, I got it.
Because one team less wins but went to the NFC Championship. The next team 15-2, one of the few teams to put up 15 wins in a season. But then you had 15 players on IR going into the playoffs, and you were one of them. But I'm giving it to you at full strength.
Full strength?
Full strength. 2023 versus 2024.
Before I give you my answer, matter of fact, I'm going to go with 2024. I'm going to tell you why.
Okay, tell me why.
And this is no joke. And this is this is kind of like, because I don't want nobody to take this the wrong way. Because when everybody got hurt, we had some phenomenal players come in and step in that role. And I think that the coaches did a great job, because it's hard. It's hard to go in week by week with different players but like it's a chemistry built. It's chemistry to that, right? And I feel like coaches just did a phenomenal job of putting the players in the right position to be able to sustain the winning, So if we had last year, if nobody got hurt in our defense last year, we would have won the season with a Super Bowl
100%.
with only those two losses.
I agree.
100% guaranteed, no doubt. Because we go back to 2023 and nobody was hurt. Right. We had the same people, but the chemistry between what we built on defense with what the offense built with Ben, of like from year one when I got there, from 2021. From all that power built up with the players, with my draft class all the way up to 2024, with the coaches, with it being with that coaching with the coaching staff. Oh yeah,
2024 Detroit Lions.
It been cursed.
That one's tough. That one's tough. Real tough. I like that answer. I like that answer. That's a good one.
What you think?
I would probably also say 2024 only because I feel like that was when Jahmyr Gibbs actually became the Gibbs that you knew was in there, like in some way.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he became like the Monty Gibbs duo officially became the powerhouse duo in 24. 23, there was some teasing a little here and there. You had J-Mo have a breakout season last year. Amon-Ra solidifying himself as a top 5 wide receiver.
Yeah.
Then you have Panay, whatever it is. You have him solidifying himself as an all-pro. Like, everything felt like it was clicking, and it just felt everything was against you guys, injury after injury. And the fact that you could still go 15-2 with 15 players on IR is the exact testament as to why I would take 2024.
That's my point.
Exactly.
And like that's the biggest thing. The biggest thing for me is like
we're breaking.
Damn, you got Ghost in there.
We're breaking shit.
No, the thing about it was like for me was, and what that answer is like I said, like, bro, we it took like we in 3 years we have built a roster
Totally.
and chemistry between the players and the because mind you, I mean we had coaching changes throughout all the way up to when we found the right pieces for everything. I feel like we had the right pieces for everything last year. Every position was great. Yeah. Like from defense to offense, like everything was. Oh yeah, it was. I'm not gonna like it was. It pisses me off because and I still think we're at where we need to be at, and I think we still got a really good chance. But that 2020, like it was like there was no doubt and anybody like there's no doubt in my mind we can do it and in our teams. But I'm talking about like collectively, like as like from the outside and inside.
Yeah. That was a different team. 2020.
But we was like there was there was different breed.
All right, Derrick. These are the last few things now. We're gonna do a little social questions. All right, a little fun games. I don't know if you've seen this. I don't know how much you're on social, but there's this game going around constantly, which is like a keep 3, cut 5, keep 2, cut 3. So it's essentially like a blind ranking. So we're going to do Derrick Barnes' keep 2, cut 3. All right, I'm going to name 5 all-time linebackers in NFL history. And you, without knowing who's coming next.
I already know who I'm keeping. I already know who I'm
but you don't know who's on the list.
Oh, I don't know who next.
You don't know who's next.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to name them in order, and you have to either take the gamble and say, you know what, I got to take the next person, or I'm going to take this person and get one through the hoop. All right? First one up, Brian Urlacher. And this is, and I'll clarify, this doesn't necessarily mean it's a slight. You just got to understand, you don't know who's coming next. It could be someone shit.
So wait, so I can either keep this guy or say next person?
So if you keep this guy, that means you only get one more spot to keep whoever of the next 4. If you say pass and cut him, you have 2 more spots, right? So you have to pick wisely. I could be trying to trick you. I could be not. I could say to you, you could have a shit linebacker. I could give you the PFF worst linebacker in 2025 on this list. You don't know. But I would never do that shit.
I'm going to pass. And I'm going to say that because I have 2 people of my all-time favorite. Right. So like that, and he is definitely one of the like, but I think that there's I'm just hoping and praying that these 2 people are on his list.
All right, so we're cutting Brian Urlacher. Right. Next one up, Luke Kuechly.
Oh. See.
I mean, do you roll the dice or not? How big are those nuts?
Good Lord. I feel like does it go up from here or does it go down from here? Ooh. That's the problem. Ooh. That's the problem. And I only get to pick 2. Just because I have so much respect for this guy, like what he brought to the game, I'm gonna keep him because I feel like you can't go wrong with Luke Kuechly.
Can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong with him.
Luke Kuechly,
you can't go wrong.
Welcome to the roster.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
So you're keeping Luke Kuechly. That's the first one, and you're cutting Brian Urlacher. Third one on the list, Derrick Thomas.
Oh,
you can do this.
I'm gonna pass.
You're gonna pass. Next one up.
Yeah.
Next one up, Ray Lewis.
Oh, keep. That's my 2 right there. That's all I was waiting on.
And so
the last one don't even matter. And I feel like I already know the last one. I feel like there's 2 people you can say the last one. You either go with. Go ahead. I want you to say it.
All right. So the 2 people you're keeping, Luke Kuechly, Ray Lewis. You've cut Derrick Thomas. You've cut Brian Urlacher. And the third person that you have to cut is Lawrence Taylor.
LT, and that's crazy because it was going to like I can't believe that you actually did what I think you wouldn't do.
Yep, I did it.
Is put all them in the because I was gonna go because those my top two favorite. LT
Yeah.
and Ray Lewis.
You can't go wrong.
For sure. Can't
go wrong.
You can't go wrong. But I like the Luke Kuechly because it's kind of like he kind of was in the new/old era of like linebackers. So you kind of got a little bit of both. But Ray Lewis all time.
Totally.
All time.
All right, we're gonna rip this one quickly. Derrick Barnes is fast 5. All right, I'm gonna ask you a set of 5 fast-hitting NFL questions, and I want you to spit whatever comes off the dome. All right.
Bet.
Where was your favorite place you've ever played?
I gotta go. Minnesota.
Minnesota. Hardest stadium to play in.
Hardest meaning like crowd-wise?
However you interpret that. I've heard answers from the stadium is horrible, the fans are ruthless, it's loud. Like I've heard it all. You make the rules.
I make the rules. Hardest stadium to play in. I would say
because you know what's coming next.
God, hardest stadium. I feel like I think Detroit.
That's a good answer. Easiest NFL stadium to play in.
For other people. Oh, easiest?
If you fucking say, I don't even think you've played here, so I'll take it.
You don't want me to say the Dolphins.
If you
dude,
Derrick, I swear to fucking God.
I never played there, so I can't say that.
Thank God. Because I've had 4 players.
One,
4 players have said the Dolphins. I want to make that very clear.
I would say Atlanta.
Atlanta. Oh, interesting. All right.
Yeah.
Biggest misconception about being an NFL athlete?
That we get paid all this money for no reason.
For no reason. Interesting. Wow. And your most memorable moment in the NFL?
Oh, that's a great one.
Derrick Barnes' most memorable moment in the NFL. It's a tough one.
Because we can go negative and positive, really.
Both. I think there's a lot of positives in negativity.
I would say the positive one probably was the interception against Tampa Bay to go to the NFC Championship. Yeah. And the worst one, which turned into a positive, was like I feel like was a turning stone for me was like fake wise and also just like the adversity and to be able to come back from it was like when I got hurt last year against Arizona.
Arizona game in week 3, yeah. That was tough. But you came back stronger.
Yeah.
And last but not least, you do this in 60 seconds or less. Derrick Barnes is top 5 hardest players to tackle in the NFL. Who is it?
My rookie year, Nick Chubb. I forgot what year he was in.
Wow, good answer.
Yeah, Nick Chubb for sure.
By the way, this could also be different positions.
I think Saquon for sure.
Saquon, okay, that's 2.
Yep. Man, I can't see. That's the thing about it because I ain't really like.
You got to go also people that you played. That's the hard part, you know.
I feel. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like. Let me think about who I played.
I mean, you could go also and just say those 2 are the only 2, and everyone else is pretty easy to tackle. Like.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, actually, that's the See, I ain't even want to say that though because I feel like you know what I'm saying. It wasn't. I'm thinking about. I mean, at a point in time, I think that. Beginning years, Najee Harris was hard to tackle.
Oh wow, that's a hell of an answer.
At the beginning, at the beginning. Let's see, I can do a couple. So it has to be. Oh well, it has to be somebody that.
Well, it doesn't look. It doesn't have to be right. It could be for you. You could just you could pull out there and be like Derrick Henry would be tough in the hole, but. It's again. I like to do this and throw it out. This could be you make the rules. You don't have to follow them.
Yeah, I would. Okay. I would say that Derrick Henry's hard to tackle in space. I feel like he's not that hard to tackle inside the box.
Right.
And that's just and that's just my opinion. But like you got in space, like you're playing a couple of things. Totally. You're playing against his balance, his long ass arms. Right. You might get stiffed arm. So I think tackling him in space is hard. Totally. Or can be hard. I wouldn't make it seem like it's crazy hard. But
we got 4 right now. Else? You got 4 good people on there. You got. OG Najee, Nick Chubb your rookie year. You've got Derrick Henry in there, and you got Saquon. That's still a 4.
I'm gonna do 6. Okay,
I'm
gonna go R2. I'm gonna go R2 running backs.
Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery.
For sure.
That's a good list. That's a good top 6. I like.
That's a great one.
Derrick, man, you ever come down to Miami? Because we might just have to do a 2.0 in person. You ever my off-season, Derrick?
But I can though.
We might have to make something happen. Because there's a lot of shit to talk about. There's a lot of shit.
No doubt.
You've been more than generous with your time. I know, like, you've got someone working on your mailbox. Go get a fucking mailbox. But you're coming off a massive win on Thursday night. You're a one-of-a-kind personality. I think, you were just – I'm a fan, right? I'm a fan of someone that's able to be just very open about their time in certain things and whatnot. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna have to do a 2.0 because we didn't get to talk about anything of the actual glow up of the Lions. We just hit the top shit. But you're the man, Derrick. Seriously, I really appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah. I appreciate you having me. It was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Awesome.
Definitely got to get the 2.0 going for sure.
We're gonna get you to Miami. All right, let's go get a win this week, Derrick. Let's go get a win.
Yes, sir.